All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. Well, the countdown to the classroom is on. We are officially in back to school season. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but everywhere you look, there are now sales and promotions for back to school shopping. And there is a strategy to maximize your dollars. So who better to talk to you about that than Bank of America's Lina Evans, here to answer some of our questions. Okay, so first and foremost, last year was kind of a record-breaking year in terms of spending for back to school shopping because everything was just so expensive. Yep. So what are we anticipating for this year?
Yeah, last year was intense. The National Retail Federation projects families will spend an average of $875 on back-to-school clothes, shoes, supplies, and electronics this year. That is about $15 less per family this year compared to last. But again, last year was a record-setting year.
My gosh.
A lot of coin going out there for back-to-school time.
Well, and you know, just looking at that school supply list and the higher prices, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, a little daunting for people. So where do you recommend that parents and families and students get started?
First, do not think you're alone in the shopping frenzy. Like all us mommies, we're out there at all the stores doing everything. But 86% of consumers still have at least half of their back-to-school shopping left to complete. 100% of my back-to-school shopping left to complete here. Folks are waiting for the best deals and to see what they need to buy from those classroom lists. You know, depending on how your school operates, some schools have already given them out. Sometimes you don't get them until school starts, so it's kind of a little bit of a waiting game. So let's start with where to go shopping first, and that is at home, actually. Yes. So take inventory of what you already have that you kind of know is sort of always on those classroom lists if you haven't gotten yours yet. What can be handed down from one child to another? What is in good enough condition to be used another year? And that's everything from like that random box of pens you found in the corner of the garage to that like spare tissue box, all the way to school supplies that are used but still functional. And once you've taken stock of all the existing school supplies that you have, you can set your budget to see what's left and what you can afford to get now.
That is so smart. Start at home. Okay, so once you've got your list, everything is made, what is kind of the next step to make sure you're checking those items off?
Now it's time to research, right? So this is where we do the planning. First, do your homework when it comes to prices and see where the best deals are, of course. This is an instance where taking the extra time to price check on your phone can really save you some money. The National Retail Federation, again, says more than half of folks are doing their shopping online this year. So if this is you, remember to factor in shipping costs when you're doing price comparisons, because you might look like, you know, this is looking good and then you got shipping costs and stuff like that. But a lot of in-person stores will price match, and you can use that to your advantage, you know, maybe saving on those shipping costs, but also, you know, you're driving around and shopping at stores, so then there's the gas. A lot of things are going on, but this is where your research can come in handy. A lot of retailers do offer shipping discounts, shipping coupons, so just do your research before you click buy when you're shopping online.
All right, very good to know. And then, like yourself, I'm sure a lot of people still have not finished the back to school shopping, so when would you say is the best time to tackle this?
Best time, you know what? Tennessee's tax-free weekend is coming up this weekend, which is really great. And this is a great time to get the bulk of your back-to-school shopping done. This year's holiday starts this weekend. I believe it starts at midnight on Friday, runs through midnight on Sunday. This will allow you to save money on clothes, school supplies, and technology, even like computers and iPads and that kind of thing. So all those trapper keepers, you know, OOTDs, you know, they can add up, especially if you're shopping for more than one child. So really take advantage of this weekend if you can. Do some research beforehand, know what you need to get, and hit the stores.
Yeah, this weekend. It's the shopping weekend. Get on out there. All right. Well, Lina, thank you so much for stopping in. Happy back to school shopping, everybody. And thank you for watching. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.